Greetings. I am Ia Ashaya, and this is our talk on spiritual warfare, our introduction. So, let me get it like this, let me get it like that. Lost my grip, I'ma get it right. I got my weed here. But it's at the bar high like I should've run track. So much drive still with the bus pass. See a homie in the ride and he always rush past. Ain't that I couldn't buy, always had enough cash. I was aiming for the sky with a fire launch pad. Let me get it like this. I get on the mic and I swear I'm Tyson. Wait, every punchline, then my baby writing. Hit your eardrums hard like native tribes did. I got the whole crowd at the show, asking for more, cause they know the flow so enticing. And I'ma give it to them, cause you know that life can't go missing any second that you let your eyes blink. I've been tripping up knowledge, third eye spinning my noggin. I can see clearly through all of the nonsense. Be cautious, they trying to keep everyone boxed. And we lost in the darkness, we're deep in the honesty. Just till it's sparking that light that's like conscious. The purest of content pouring into your mental process. When I spit that thing at the concert, I got it like that. We in the gates now. Heard they all wanna be where I'm at. Heard they all wanna step in my shoes. They don't know that I've been working like a BF on crack. Banging out records even when they say no, that they calling it dope. You should probably pass that back from the rap track. Only got me laughed at, now I'm treating up the wave, so you better catch that. Listen here. I know they see me moving. I know they. Alright, so this is our spiritual warfare talk, guys. We're going to be going in and out of different religions of thought, different thought processes of how different cultures assess spiritual warfare. So this is our opening, this is our introduction. We'll be going into the Bible, we'll be going into the Bhagavad Gita, all these different things. We're going to start with the basics, instructions before leaving Earth, and talk about this psychic reality. So, this is my comeback video. I know I've been on a break, but this is what you guys requested. But the jig is up. I think the people realize it's fake. We waking up. What is fake? We create with every step we take. Conscious decision created by thoughts we invented. Tomorrow is yesterday. Really no difference. The point is to make a difference every minute. All we have is now, so make the seconds count while you living. There's no restarting this invention. Go and get the life you envision. You don't need no approval. Everyone wanna tell you, but they ain't gonna do it for you. They just so scared of failure, but success ain't just handed to you. There's always some room for error, but don't ever stop pursuing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, you gon' make you stronger. Just remember to keep on moving. Remember you're the director to this movement. Let me get it like however I want. I got it like this. I live without fear. Death is right there. Still I don't care. Life is just bliss. Every second is an opportunity and blessing. And I ain't trying to lose it doing something stupid. Mess around, get me arrested. So I just follow spirit, that's my intuition. Do that, you'll get where you're headed. Until them status quo, old folks, I can't live the life you expected. Hold on, let me get it, I know that you feel it. I know they see me moving. I know they see me vibing. I know you feel confused, but just let me be your guide. See that you admire, you can be the person you desire. Show you what's lurking deep inside you. Higher power. So yeah, guys, this is our spiritual warfare talk. We're gonna go into a lot of different things. Well, not too much. It's gonna be a short video. We're gonna talk about the hidden forces in this universe and this psychic reality. I wrote this a long time ago. I've been talking about these things in Ether Wars and a lot of different stuff. A lot of these things have been coming to fruition. So, as we said in the video, a lot of people won't be doing a lot of these things that we were talking about in this psychic reality. So, the hidden forces of the universe, of this universe. Prepare yourself for a psychic reality as consciousness shifts out of 4D into 5D. The fight on a non-physical level. Now, this may go over a lot of people's heads, but I've tried to formulate this information that I received from cosmic shamanic journey, inner and extra dimensional and soul travel, past life regressions with the Arcturian High Elders in the Melchizedek faction in Sirius B in the remnants of the Riz Command Mothership. I attempt to piece this together with 3D information so that you can understand what has been given to me via telepathy by higher beings who do not speak our form of communication. While in the presence of these beings upon this ship, so I must use what you will understand, so that you will be prepared to understand why I am trying to teach you psychic defense and universal spiritual warfare. Understanding psychic warfare in my posts about the third eye chakra and how to protect your inner light, which we'll get into. Many of you have come swinging out of nowhere with a bunch of Illuminati bullshit. And when the Illuminati serves beings undergrounds inside the earth, why do you think it's so mainstream to the point where it's a joke? Now, who is really distracted? Who is really the mentally ill one? The guy trying to show you how to master your mind and soul so you can't be manipulated by spiritual forces or energy that is behind the Illuminati, which is a cover-up of the Brotherhood of the Serpent in the Unholy Six. Now, I've said this in many things before, but I'm making it clear now. The real hidden hand dealing with the galactic human harvesting of the earth, it is literally a breeding ground for cattle for such beings who seek to devour us. Their human agents do war by magic means and spiritual warfare. You lost the battlefield when you realize the battlefield is in the mind. Why do you think they constantly flash symbolism at you? If you cannot stop from having your mind penetrated or your body sealed off from psychic phenomena such as body snatchers, psychic vampires, mind readers, dream intruders, many people have psychic gifts and are perceived as mentally ill and shunned by society by their higher mental capacity. And the abilities that these people are constantly being attacked or bombarded by negative entities or energies and psychic attacks for people who are of the reflective light, or the Illuminati, which is once again ill meaning sick, loom meaning luminous, a surface which light reflects off of, nati meaning to be born of the surface light or of the shadows of the eminence of the sun. This is the essence of the real true Illuminati. Reflecting light to the moon through the atmosphere, the moon shines luminous and casts a shadow on the ground and the surface. This is symbolic of the surface inhabitants of earth. For there is no problem that does not come from the spirit, and all things have to pass through the spiritual before they can even manifest into the physical. We're coming into a new age. We are in this new age. This is old, by the way. In order for us to go into new stuff, I got to cover stuff that you just have not caught, okay? We are coming into a new age, and it is stated in the Illuminati handbook that the new religion will be obscured. That religion will be obscured, and the new religion will be an obscured one, which honestly is a great thing. Before you cast your judgment upon others, get prepared, because in the last days we will be experiencing all sorts of different phenomenon in the so-called new age, which is a secret for vampirism, theosophy, all these Luciferianism. These are Lucifer worshippers. They worship Lucifer. And that's why it's called light workers. They're working lights. They're not doing anything really good. Because it says what? In the text. Now take your religious perception away from it and just look at it for what it is, or in a mystical sense, or in an alchemical sense, that these beings are taking the energy from you and converting it into their light, or they're working light, or they're ciphering off energy. This is why it's called Lucifer, because that's that vampiric energy. So religion will be obsolete, and since the earth will be out of 4D going into 5D, we will be experiencing what? Psychic warfare on a psychic and pure energetic level. Never before seen. The moment our mass consciousness begins to shift, so will the universe, and the new battlefield will be what? Man in his mind. Now, I'm no fan of the Bible, but I do piece together truth where I see truth fit and where I find it fit. But this is part of having an open mind and objective perspective. And since most of you are religious, I need to find something that you can relate to. Now, let's go into our Bible studies. For those who have researched the Bible or whatever, it's a big-ass spell book. All right? You're just using a big-ass spell book. Everybody knows this. All right? It's nothing new. All right? Let's just put that out there. Everybody knows that. If you don't, you ain't been into the realms. All right? That's a secret. So I won't talk too much about magic or anything like that in this series right just yet. So Luke 12:35. Be dressed in readiness and keep what? Your lamps lit. This is a reference to having your light or your third eye prepared, or else you won't be able to perceive what is happening. Be self-controlled and self-alert. Your enemy, the devil, or your lower self, or the other reflections of your lower self if you're in the fourth dimensional consciousness, or what other thought forms that have what free will, right? They prowl around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. They want to cipher off and devour because they consume the light within your soul and through your body, and because they don't have none. Thy light be single. That it says the light of the body is the eye, and if therefore thy eye be what? Single. Whoa. If thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Matthew 6:22. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. This is a reference, or how you can be used to understand those who use the third eye for negative, i.e., psychic vampires, mind jackers, and other phenomenon of the spiritual nature. It is in your very Bible, religious people. Take my blood out. Let me put some tones on in the background for y'all. Let's get the vibe, you feel me? So let's go into one man. No, that's not it. Yes. Okay. All right, as I was saying. Okay, in your Bible it also states that the physical force, that we do not wrestle with physical forces, but those of a spiritual nature. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against powers, against principalities, against powers, rulers of darkness, darkness of this age, and against spiritual hosts of wickedness in what? Heavenly places. It says spiritual host of wickedness in heavenly places. It doesn't say in lower places. Do you guys understand that? In heavenly places, there's wickedness. Understand that, right? Good. Because I won't repeat myself in these talks too much longer. All right? Because I've been repeating myself a lot, and this is a repeat. So just getting everybody together on understanding spiritual warfare before we get into the shit. Okay, an unknown fact that a majority of demonic or negative disincarnated entities, alien, extra-dimensional, interdimensional, hyperdimensional, interterrestrial, inner earth. For we live in this world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight are not the weapons of the world. Or simply negative forces that are elites of this world are being used by the negative entities have to be commanded. Often these are employed by witches, warlocks, and those of Saturnian or Luciferian energy. Usually Luciferian, as I found out more, but Saturnian energy, as you perceive and call it, Satan or Set. In simplicity, this is a negative energy current as a part of the order of the unholy six, an empire of the six most disagreeable species in this reality. From the six main lower regions of which you perceive as hell, Shiloh, or the lower regions of the Orion Empire, also known as the Most High, which is a title and position held by the Most High of each of their species. The ancient, what you call Anunnaki order, main stations were in 9 major star systems of constellations. During the fight with the Alalu, or the Lu tribe of dragons, 1/3 of heaven fell and descended to earth, and they broke away from the On, okay, or the Anhu. The call of the cupbearers, taking the highest class of the Anunnaki order, to breaking the covenant of truce between what? 2 species later known as the Dagons and the Nomos. They came from these 2 lineages. Where's my cigarette? So, what we say? Okay, they came from the 2 lineages of the Most High, Anredus, or the Annutu, and the Anos, was exalted as the Most High later as the cupbearers rebelled, leaving 3 of the 6 to remain, 3 in space, 3 on Earth, and 3 in inner Earth. The unholy 6, as found, are the 6 races of beings who have been labeled in the universe as fallen. His fallen, or their fallen, was depicted in the Bible, Genesis 1:31. Look at the numbers when you calculate these things as well. So that as Satan rebelled and was cast out of heaven, how art thou fall down from heaven, O morning star, son of David? You have been cast down to heaven, who once laid down low the nations. I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. And in the book of Revelation, Satan is seen as a star that has fallen from the sky to earth. And the angels who did not keep their positions or authority, but abandoned their proper dwelling, thus he was kept in darkness and bound in everlasting chains for our judgment, or the great day. This is Alalu, the Anhu of the own tribe of versus the Hu Elion, or the supreme rulers of the universe. Hu, aka Alalu, is under the Vatican. He is landed in South America billions of years ago. He dwells in the darkness of the waters. Later, Enki would have to follow the same path when he came to aid his father-in-law, Alalu. Yes, this is true. In the rise and fall of the universes, in the collapsing when he in his universe left the heavenly domain, taking 1/3 of the stars of existence with him to earth. Facts. The matrix is all mathematics. All right. 1/3 of 9 is 3. So 1/3 disbanded. Facts. We are now in the 3rd dimension. Yes, we are in the earth. Yes, the earth in this realm fell from the 9th dimension, or the 9th etheric plane, where it was what? In eternal darkness. This is I later learned. You can lie with words, but numbers do not lie. Watch the movie Midnight Meat Train and the symbolism of Anu and the Saturnian, the old sun. They are, from what I have pieced together, the Draconian, Zeta Reptilias, the Reptilia Zeta 1s, the Aldebaran Nordics, and if you have other species. I've talked about all this stuff. Okay? So there's 13 Nephilim bloodlines. The whole opposite of 13 of that is the 666 versus the 999 upside down. Okay, to which point of incest, which is not surprising from such filthy, abominable Nephilim, they seem to be command and control of elements of humans' misery. This is why the Grand Marquis Deluxe, oh my, phone's gonna die. Hopefully I'm not talking too fast for you guys, but catch up. The Greg Marquis Deluxe, which is the head of the Illuminati, or the shadow government, right, is called Pindar, dragon's penis, which is symbolic of Anu losing his penis in the fight against the sons of Alalu, or the 2 dogs, which were Sirius. See? Now, in ancient times, Alalu and these would be constellations, if you guys don't want to take away from the actuality of it and make it a mythos. So this would be the stars doing their play, just like Orion fights with Aldebaran, the bull, and has been locked in that fight for eternity. It's an eternal war between these 2 stars nations. So they erect the obelisk. It symbolizes the obelisk that they erect symbolizes this. The obelisk comes from Draco and can be found on Mars. So are the pyramids in Alalu's or Lucifer's face. Facts. Mars was the second Earth, but was destroyed in the wars, and the atmosphere was depleted, and Anu in heaven and Alalu on Earth. There are many groups. Biblically speaking, Satan wasn't alone, so he had some help. I'll admit it. Many member statements on here support this theory. The Illuminati are merely a go-between sellouts, unaware of what they're truly doing, as well as the fate of what awaits them. After all, these races of fallen hold the advantage of as they are merely human beings. When they no further longer use them, they will eliminate their masters. Lastly, I wish to talk about what the Bible uses to describe as the version of the energetic armor, or what is known as the armor of honor or the armor of God, in such things as thought forms. Put on the whole full armor of God so that you can take your stands against devil's schemes. 12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against the powers of this world and of this dark world. Against the powers of this dark world, against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. Heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so therefore when the devil comes, you may be able to stand your ground after you have done everything to stand. The full armor, this is about protecting your chakras, which is connected to your vital organs. Here I'll break down further into reading. Facts. Stand firm with the belt of truth wrapped around your waist. This guards your earth star chakra and your root chakra and your sacral chakra. The breastplate of righteousness is the breastplate. This guards your four lower chakras, your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, and your heart chakra. With your feet fitted with readiness, the meridians in the feet chakras. This is talking about the kinetically grounding energy must be grounded. Your body is full of biophotons, different energy, and all which must be grounded to the earth. In addition to all these things, and take up a shield. The shield is your outer auric shell, or you shield it because it can be used to attack or defend yourself from psychic attacks. The helmet, as you are your own savior. Ye are gods, and the power is in the peace that you know your divinity. The helmet protects your third eye chakra and your crown chakra and your soul star chakra. Lastly, the sword in the throat chakra, the sword of the spirit, which is the word, the gift to speak things into existence. Your mouth is a two-edged sword, and use it wisely. Watch what you manifest, and never manifest a weapon unless you are ready to use it on yourself. If needed, words or sounds or tones can bring things into space to organize matter, to transmute the non-existence into existence. Protect your chakras, Nagas. Align them chakras, Nagas. All right. That was heavy, y'all. And we got some more to go into. Where'd we go? So thought forms, right? All right, y'all. Let me find my other page I had. So I'm gonna give y'all some tips and some tools. All right, so this is all right, so how to protect yourself from psychic attacks. We'll go into that after we get into this. Right off sugar right here. We've got red for passion. So, 1 second, y'all. Hope everyone's having an amazing evening. This is not live, but I'm going to act like it's live. So, yeah, pre-recorded this one. A lot of these will be pre-recorded. This is just an opening kind of talk, but we're going to go into some stuff once my page loads up. Oh, Dreamer Journeys home. Okay, so Dreamer's gonna come. In video. Okay, so I'm almost done, so give me a second. Alright. So, Psychic Defense 101, Part 1. Thought forms or mental constructs. How to hide or shield your mind in your third eye from entities and vampires. Your third eye, and this is especially special since we're going into the Venus retrograde or whatever, where this vampiric energy that I was talking about will be present during this time. I think all the way until like the end of November or something. I'm not too sure. I'll keep up with the stuff I just hear about it. But this is something I wrote a while. In vampires, your third eye is showing. Now you need to hide it. Yes, other people can actually see that your third eye is open. That sometimes it is not a good thing. So whenever you need to cover or block your third eye or your inner light from being seen, detected by, being detected by the opposing forces, envision one of these in your mind. Project this etheric hat upon your head and imagine it covering your crown and your third eye chakra. Okay, this is the Fulani. All right, guys. See, this is West Africa. So you will project that thought, that image in your mind of wearing one of those. Okay. This etheric hat upon your head. Imagine covering your crown and your third eye chakra. Remember, projecting this only as solid as or impenetrable as your mind can make it. Continuous practice and imagery will help strengthen your mental construct. A mental construct is a thought form or anything constructed within the mind using telepathy. All right. Mental constructs range from simple mental visions. Make it solid. I think this is where we'll talk about a few of the psychic defense techniques. All right, let's talk about the shadow world. So shadows are not physical objects. They are not made of atoms. A shadow is just a region where the photons of light cannot reach because some object blocks the path of the photons. Since we cannot physically occupy space, nor does since they do not physically occupy space, and they don't have mass, they technically have no dimensions at all. It sounds weird, but shadows do exist, and they can appear because of the absence of light in the region. You can turn on a light, and you cannot turn. You can switch a light off. You cannot turn the dark on. Okay. So. Alright, your third eye is showing. Psychic Defense Part 3. What I am trying to teach you is something that you will not find nowhere, because in the psychic world, most things are unspoken, because a lot of it works through the subconscious mind, which runs on signs and symbols, and everything in the occult and mystical realm is either encoded or unspoken. The psychic realm runs on telepathy. So much goes unspoken. Remember these words. This is the code. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil in the presence of evil. There is no fear-mongering this. This is spiritual warfare. The third eye is believed to be the pineal gland that is considered the doorway to the spiritual realm and the mental or physical realm. See, there are people who are psychically inclined and like to dominate others mentally for their own gain. There's such thing as a magical narcissist and stuff like this. For their own gain, and one of those many reasons are for psychic attacks is that they spotted your third eye. So this is out and about, right? A spot is your third eye, and it is always best to tip your hat when you encounter people with sketchy energy, who often are witches, vampires of the darker nature, since they often work with shadow people. The symbology of tipping your hat reflects to the shadows that you are aware of them. Now, if you don't have a physical hat to enchant or whatnot to do this, or whatnot to in order to do this, with tip your hat, use your mind to tip your Fulani. Okay, so remember the psychic Fulani. Okay, remember this: to face the mental combat. This is face-to-face mental combat, and you can't simply deter engagement by acknowledging their presence. Protect your aura, Nagas. And that's pretty much it there. And let's see. So I like this song. It might be a little religious, but I don't really pay attention to the religious part of it. I just listen to the knowledge within it. So just listen to the song.
And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. In other words, God was telling us that we had to bind Satan, but Satan is not by himself. And many times we often say, Satan, I bind you, but we must now say, Satan, I bind your angelic race, and I bind your demon spirits. And where do we bind them up at? We bind them from where there's the gates. We bind them in the heavens, the upper realm, the underworld, and
we're going to talk about demons too soon. All that stuff, witches, warlocks. We're going to talk about all that. Spiritual warfare. The hierarchy of hell.
See, you dealing with a born-again believer, a King James reader. When they come to putting in work, I got more stripes than a zebra. See the demon murderer in progress. I'm creeping up on him, so like his name was Cyrus. Then I put two up in where he digest. White stress, I guess. Put it down on sight, so I guess you can't deal with the feel. Let it on the skill, let me get this off of my chest. Why, yes, I'm just a spiritual caterpillar. Like pillar, blood spiller. To make it blunt, a straight demon killer. The other day I had a dream, it seemed that I was crowned the king. Giving the kingdom and the black queen. But I told the kingdom bye. And I kissed the queen goodbye, cause I'm at the post up in the ghetto when the demons die. See, I don't have no love for demons and they don't love me. So I guess my KJV and I put it down constantly. Takes authority over the strong man with a 459 in him. He's always on my mind and I'm going to sleep and I'm dreaming of finding him. Always the gaze of breaking darkness in 100 ways.
It is October. Yeah, guys.
It's the sanctified blood washed demon killer. Yeah, you know I walk through the valley of the shadows of my neighborhood. I fear no evil. Yeah, you know I walk through the valleys of the shadows of my neighborhood. I fear no evil. I'm posted outside the gates of hell. I got the blood of Christ so they can prevail. I hear them talking.
I don't care what religion you're in. If you really with the shit, magically and whatever, you know this is right.
With me, I kick to the gate, now it's too late, it's no escape. I got the shield of faith, and I'm shooting scriptures like a tray. A wounded demon, please saying it wasn't him that cursed me, but I read the blood, you get no love, the devil don't give no mercy. I gave them wicked fools the blues with this good news. So tell me what you would have done if you was in my shoes.
Like I said, the Bible's a book of spells.
Cause I'm a kneeler. So how you feel with the real devil? This is demon killer.
Better look up the SSCs, the mystics, the narcissists of my neighborhood.
I feel no evil.
So this has been a wonderful talk.
Growing up, I was never understanding G that it was the devil.
I just want to leave out with this outro, guys. Amazing talk. We're gonna have another one, another day. Remember to tip your hat to the shadows. The shadows are not even dimensional, but technically they're two-dimensional. I guess a two-dimensional object. So yeah. Time to go to Whoa Foods.
It's on from now on. I'm a Christian on the mission. Could they kill me? Could they kill me? You don't feel me, cause if you did, you would get with this. 187 on wickedness. Yes, the devil's stepping and I'm sticking this. Word of the spirit down is esophagus. Ain't no stopping us. Demon killer.
Alright, y'all. I fear no evil. All right, guys, it's been an amazing session. Peace.